If I were to take you to a bunch of Trump voters in the middle of the country, like how do you understand where they're coming from? Right now, for example, people are literally risking their own lives than take a vaccine, which would seem to concede a point to a regime they distrust and despise. And that's really what it is. It's not a rash. Let me first say, I do understand that the elites got them into a terrible war. The elites screwed up the economy with the 2008 crash. Right. And I think the elites are now lecturing people in a way that is deeply unhelpful, in a way that's hectoring. In the Clinton campaign, for example, they decided they weren't even going to address these people. They wouldn't even try and talk to them. It was to mobilize their own base. How do we talk to Trump voters? Where do you think that's coming from? How do we engage it?
I mean, we've got to be honest in terms of where we stand, and we've got to try to get inside of their shoe, walk a mile inside of their skin. I gave you a brief example when I was in Charlottesville, and we got a lot of sick neo-Nazi brothers and Klan brothers cussing and so forth. And they listened to Motown. I said, oh, that's fascinating. I got to go over and talk to these brothers. This is very American. Listen to this rich Black music. Because they've been Americanized, Afro-Americanized in terms of their music as a form of transcendence. But they come to murder me. They come to hate Black people and Jews, and gays and lesbians, and even Catholics, even though I had dialogue with David Duke, he is Catholic. So that's upward mobility American style. Got a Catholic running the Klan now. His founder is anti-Catholic.
We are. It's a whole new world.
Anti-Black. So that's part of what's happening. And I just see a Black brother who was with them. Right there with the neo-Nazis. But what else happened was, here you had a conversation, the brother said, I can't stand the fact, Brother West, you always call everybody brother. You call Trump brother, and now you're talking to me and call me brother. He said, why you do that? I said, man, I'm a follower of Jesus. Jesus loves you, man. Jesus died for you just like he died for me. Don't think that I'm special in the eyes of God just because I'm opposing you. I said, you had the potential to do exactly the right thing from what I'm understanding. You choosing to be a gangster. I got gangster inside of me. Depends on which day. Sometimes I choose to be a gangster. You choosing to be an ideological gangster. You hating across the board. I said, but the hatred itself does have a context. They feel persecuted. That's part of the replacement theory, right? These are the WAFs who look up and see Black folk, and they see brown folk, they see Jewish folk, they see Catholic president. Oh, what happened to our WASP folk? Well, even when you had WASP, you were still catching hell because you got class issues. It's not just a matter of ethnic identification, you see. But it's a matter of the lens through which you view the world are so narrow and so circumscribed by the hatred and the contempt and the hostility. And we actually had a dialogue. It was very interesting because
what did he say when he said brother is about? It's like, obviously it is. It's brothers and sisters, what we say in church. And it's a Christian expression of radical equal dignity. That's what it is. How did he respond to that? Because it might have come
when I asked him whether he's a Christian, he said, yeah. I said, do you know that Jesus loves you and me? What's the problem? Why does it stop just here on the white side? Mine doesn't stop. Mine doesn't stop. And he just looked at me. He was just silent. And the guy kind of grabbed him. The guy said next to him kind of grabbed him like, we got a little Kairos moment here. We don't want to lose a comrade. I mean, what is going on here? This is it. But I mean, it was just a matter, it was kind of a moment of awakening for a second. And then we...
You know what? Because you found something in common with that person.